This hearing may sound routine at first. Names called attorneys, present, procedural formalities, but within moments, it turns into a brutal lesson on honesty, accountability, and how quickly credibility can collapse in a courtroom. The defendant here isn't denying the violation. He admits he broke his bond by consuming alcohol. The real issue is how he tried to explain it away, and whether the court believes anything he says after that. What unfolds is not just a bond violation hearing, it's a credibility test. The judge isn't interested in excuses, stress, or half-truths. This case becomes about whether the defendant is capable of following court orders at all. And once the court starts questioning your truthfulness, everything else treatment offers, family obligations, even first-time violations, takes a back seat. As you watch, ask yourself, is this a moment of honesty gone wrong, or a calculated attempt that completely backfired?
He would not be sticking to that story, that he would be stating that he consumed beer.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Then why'd you tell everybody O'Doul?
I had O'Doul's first, but I needed beer.
You had O'Doul?
Yeah. I don't look like what I'm going through.
No.
I had O'Doul's.
Are you
I had
tell me that? So did you tell them that?
Yes.
That you had O'Doul's first and then had beer?
Maybe I omitted the beers, but yes.
What?
I omitted the beer.
Hold it. You know what, sir? Don't play fast and loose.
I got it.
Story.
I consume alcohol.
I know that. You lied to them. Did you even have an O'Doul's that day?
Yes.
How many?
6.
And then how many beers?
2.
So why didn't you tell them that you had the beer?
I just omitted.
Pardon?
I just didn't. I was afraid of what might happen. I thought I could pass.
Yeah, I would be too, because you're violating your bond condition.
Indeed.
So, first of all, we did.
This is the turning point of the hearing. The judge gives the defendant a clear opportunity: stick with the original story or tell the truth. And what follows is a slow motion unraveling. The explanation shifts from non-alcoholic, beer, to beer, from omission to fear, from misunderstanding to damage control. And the judge sees straight through it. What matters legally here isn't just the alcohol, it's the deception. Bond conditions rely heavily on trust. When someone admits they withheld the truth because they thought they could pass, that signals intentional misrepresentation, not confusion. The judge's frustration is rooted in logic. The math doesn't work. The biology doesn't work. And once the story collapses under basic reasoning, the credibility collapses with it. Viewer. Question. If you were the judge, would you see this as a mistake or a deliberate attempt to game the system?
Counsel, what did you want me to do with this case?
Regarding the probable cause conference, we're asking for a 2-week adjournment so that he can show that he's going to comply with the court's orders.
Well, I don't think he's going to have a choice on that, quite frankly, Mr. Allen.
We are asking for him to remain out of custody today. This would be his first bond violation. He is here to be honest with you, although the truth doesn't always make sense.
Really?
He is.
Really?
He's
no, he was not being honest. I asked him the question and then asked him the question of why didn't he tell them? And he couldn't even be honest about that. I'll let you go ahead with your argument, but I'm not buying any of that.
Your Honor, he is honest about the fact that he consumed alcohol, and he is very open to treatment. He understands that he has a substance issue and he wants to get help for that. Your Honor, he's a business owner. There's a lot of pressure on him. He provides for himself and his family. He also does volunteer work, not court ordered, just out of the goodness of his heart. He is open to treatment, substance abuse, counseling. He plans to seek that regardless of whether the court orders it or not. We're asking you to keep him out of custody with a SCRAM tether. Again, this would be his first violation. And he is asking for the opportunity to show compliance while out of custody.
Anything from the people?
Your Honor, we do have concern about Mr. Johnson's ability to comply, with the bond conditions. As stated, this is his second offense, and I think it's just a couple of years. We would note that in this case, he allegedly was.
This exchange highlights a critical courtroom principle. Admitting a violation doesn't automatically earn leniency, especially when honesty comes late. Defense counsel argues this was a first violation and emphasizes treatment, family pressure, and good character. But the judge is focused on one thing. The defendant wasn't honest when it mattered most. The line that defines this moment is simple and devastating. He first has to admit that he has a problem. The way that he does admit that is he stops lying. That's not rhetoric, that's judicial reality. Courts don't measure sincerity by promises of future behavior. They measure it by present conduct. This is where the case shifts from rehabilitation potential to enforcement. Once the judge decides the defendant cannot be trusted to self-report or comply, remaining out of custody becomes a risk the court is unwilling to take.